Hello guys, welcome to the session. Today we are going to talk about this topic called Kafka Connect. Let us briefly discuss what is Kafka first. Okay, let us briefly discuss about Kafka. Kafka is a real-time messaging system, and it is used as a data stream to collect real-time data, such as IoT data, log data, application data, any other event data. This data is different from regular structural data, which we have in databases. One thing is it is coming in real time and it has to be captured in real time. And for these kind of scenarios, to capture the data in real time, we use data streams like Kafka. Kafka is a data stream. You can also call it as a real-time messaging system. And how this Kafka works, whatever data source, I mean, whether it's IoT data or application data, event data, whatever data source that is generating this data will become producer for Kafka. And these producer, they'll ingest data into Kafka. And what is Kafka? Kafka is a distributed environment of brokers. These are called as brokers. Multiple servers together, they involve in collecting and delivering this data to consumers. And who can be the consumers? Other applications, alerting systems, or any software code, storage, database, any other can be a consumer for this data that is coming in real time. And that is Kafka. These are Kafka brokers. Okay. Now, suppose if you want to send different types of data, suppose using same Kafka distributed environment, you can have a one broker, two broker, or like as many brokers you want, depending upon how much of data that comes in and how fast you want to stream in that data. Suppose I want to send two different types of data into Kafka. I will be able to do that because Kafka allows you to create topic names. Not allows, you have to create something called as topic name. When you create a topic, you are creating a channel in Kafka system to ingest your data. I can say create a device data topic for my IoT data. I'll ingest data into that topic. As I ingest data, it goes like this: message 1, message 2, message 3, message 4, and so on. It will be incremented like this. And each message will be having an identity called offset. And consumers will read the data. They have to subscribe to the topic and they'll consume the data from that topic. Suppose I want to send log data. I'll create one more topic called log data. And that means one more channel will be created log messages, I'll put one by one. Now, if I want to parallelly send my data, I can create partitions in my topic name. That is a different thing. So this is about Kafka. Kafka is a real-time messaging system. Multiple producers can put their data into topics, and for each topic, there could be multiple consumers who can consume those messages from Kafka. Okay. Today we are going to talk about one feature about Kafka called Kafka Connect. We understood some terminology now. The producers or any data entities which are generating data in real time, they have to use two things. One is topic and another one publish function, and they can publish their data into Kafka topics. And subscribers, they have to subscribe to topic name, and they can pull the data or push data. There are again two methods. Pull means they have to check the topic and get. Push means they'll get the messages. That is about publishers, subscribers or producers, consumers of Kafka, and the topic in the Kafka. And how subscribers get data? They have to be programmed, and Kafka has functions. It has SDKs, libraries in different languages like Python, Java, all these languages. You have SDKs. Using that, you can publish into Kafka and read from the Kafka, consume from the Kafka. And the Kafka Connect is one feature of Kafka which allows you to add syncs. Let us discuss about this Kafka Connect along with an hands-on. For this, I will take you to the documentation from Confluent, who are also a board member managing Kafka along with Apache. See, what is Kafka Connect? It's a tool for streaming data between Apache Kafka and other data systems. What it will do, let us understand. Take you to the connectors. Kafka Connect includes two types of connectors. One is source connector. Source connector ingests entire databases, stream tables, updates to Kafka topics. And sync connector deliver data to Kafka topics. Now, every time you don't want to publish and consume, so depending upon, here we will say produce only. We have different types of messaging systems. They use different terminologies. In Kafka, the right term to use is produce and consume only, rather than saying publish and subscribe. Producer has to be programmed, and the program running with producer, it could be a software application or IoT device, anything could be the producer. The program running there has to ingest data into Kafka. Of course, the topic. And consumer side, they have to get this data through the program again. And this program should be up and running to consume data and also to produce, that is to ingest data into Kafka topic and also to get data from the Kafka topic. There are a lot of libraries which supports these two tasks. Now, if you don't want, or if you want to simplify this process, you know that on a daily basis, continuously, you want either this consumer or producer up and running. They have to collect data. For example, this consumer is some storage or database. or your local file system. You're saving data locally in some file system. And you don't want a program that is continuously running, which collects data from Kafka topic. You are looking for a more simplified way. And more simple way to do that is using sync connector. Now, what are all data comes to Kafka topic? You'll just use sync connector, no coding required. Just keep up and running the sync connector. Whatever data comes into the Kafka topic, it will automatically appear in the sync connector. Now, no need of checking the Kafka topic, no need of pulling the data, no need of running an additional code which gets data from Kafka topic. There is this connector or a software created by Kafka. You just make use of that. There are a lot of sync connectors: MySQL connector, Postgres connector, file connector, S3 connector, Azure Blob connector, GCP's GCS connector, BigQuery connector, and so on. The list goes on. Since Kafka is very popular streaming solution, we have so many connectors. And also the source connector from where you want to pull data into Kafka topic continuously, that you can add as a source connector, like a web application. You're collecting, let's say, some logs from web application, and this web app is running on some server. And all the web logs will come into some location. You just install source connector in that server. It will get data, log data from that location, puts into the topic continuously. All you have to ensure is that source connector should be up and running, sync connector should be up and running. Now let us look into our hands-on. We will make use of sync connector, and I am going to make use of a file connector. Right? What I'll do, I'll put some data into Kafka topic, and then I'll make use of this file connector. Whenever data comes into this topic, automatically it has to create a file called output in my local system. For this, first you have to install Kafka. Let us briefly discuss how to install Kafka on Windows environment. I am using Windows. If it is a Linux, it will be more good, but still Kafka is equally good on Windows also. I'll go to Kafka's official page, Apache Kafka, and get started. Docs. Sorry guys, this Zoom controls are blocking. Here you have the actual option, download Kafka. From here, you can either download this or Kafka 4. Kafka 4 is a latest release where they have removed a Kafka component called Zookeeper. And it is not very good at on Windows environment. It's better to go with Kafka 3 or 3 versions, which has Zookeeper component. Go for binary download. You can download either this or this one. And after downloading Kafka, like I'll go to my downloads. What you'll get is a zip file like this. This is some download file I downloaded long back ago. Now it has 3.9.1 version. Just unzip it, extract all. You'll get a folder. Copy that folder And in your C drive, make that folder available. Of course, I renamed the folder. I removed that version names and all. I renamed the folder as Kafka, and it contains all these files. And here you have to make two more changes. In config folder, you will have properties files. These properties files are very important when you want to create topic, when you want to publish, or when you want to get messages, create, delete. You will use certain property file. In this property files, we have zookeeper properties file. And in the zookeeper properties, there is something called data directory. You have to mention this path here. It is Windows, so backward slashes is fine. But if you make use of forward slashes, it will be more good. I changed this. Let's say save. You have to provide this path, zookeeper data. And one more change. You have server.properties. Here also, you have log.dirs directories. Mention this path. Save and close it. These are nothing but text files, but are very important when you use Kafka. And I have given the paths of folders. Now go back to your Kafka folder, create those two folders, zookeeper data, I have already created it, and Kafka logs. Right now they are empty. They'll be used for logging purposes later on. Now once our Kafka is set up, I'll run the Kafka. Already it is running. I'll stop it. I have opened 4 command prompts here, 4 terminals. I'll let you know why. Stop everything. I'll put it in this one in the end. And these two also I'll stop. And this one also. It's already stopped. First, we have to start a server or a zookeeper and then server. And the command to do that, see bin/windows zookeeper server start bat. And in the config file, we have zookeeper properties. This is very important. Using that, we are starting an important component in Kafka called zookeeper. Okay, you can see it got started. And then we have to start server, the actual server which is responsible for managing the topic. It gets data from the producers and delivers data to the consumers. That is server. Since Kafka can run on multiple machines as a distributed environment, multiple brokers we say, we need a zookeeper which will manage the Kafka cluster. Now coming here, I'll run this server also. Ensure that it should not shut down. If it is shut down, means there might be some issues, especially with the log file. Like here, my log file is Kafka logs. You can see some logs came in here. If that log file is full, for some reason, if server was not able to use the log file, server might shut down automatically. In such cases, just delete, create a new log file. Now my server is up and running. Zookeeper component is also up and running. Now Kafka is ready to get data. Receive data and also deliver data. Receive data from producers, deliver data to consumers. Okay. But here what I want to do, I'll write a Python code which acts as a producer. Sorry guys. We will make use of a Python code which acts as producer, and that writes data into Kafka. Of course, topic is very important, into Kafka topic. And from that topic, I'm not writing any consumer code. Instead, I'll use this file connector of Kafka. Whatever data that comes into this topic, now a file will be created, and into that file, automatically it will write the data. Like this, you can use MySQL, PostgreSQL connector, but when you use those kind of connectors, you should be very careful about the structure of data coming from here. If there is a null values or invalid values, which is not matching your MySQL table or column names, your Kafka server or connector might get crash. Not server, connector might get crashed. So the best practice is first use file connector and write all the data into the local file and validate your data. Is there any null values? And especially data types are very important. Check for the proper data types and null values, and then write into the table, your structured tables. Suppose if you are using a NoSQL database, you won't be having that problem. Like MongoDB, you can directly put data in MongoDB using MongoDB connector. You also have Postgres or MySQL connectors, but when using them, a very important thing is you should know that all the data coming should not have any null values, and also proper data type should be defined. From where? From the producer, which is data source. When you are not sure if you're getting social media data like that, the best thing to do is use file connector. I'm using file connector now. Let's see how we can do that. As we already discussed, to create topic or to run the server, Zookeeper, these properties files are very important. Now I'm going to create a properties file. I already done that. You can see connect file sync. To create a property file, just right click on new, and then text document, open it. And let me open this connect file sync. Okay, sorry, it's not this one. Yeah, file sync, this one. See what I am giving a name for this connector called file sync. I'm saying that I'm going to make use of file stream sync connector, which is already there with Kafka. And this particular connector gets data from this topic, user stream 4. Now let us make it as 5. From this topic, it has to collect data, and it will write the data into Kafka output.txt file. And other things, it is a key converter is storage string converter, and if there are any JSON, there is a JSON converter. That means the text dot document, right? We are just giving these converters which can convert strings and JSON. That's it. File sync properties. Let me save changes. Now this connector will be keep on listening to this topic, user stream 5. So we have to create this topic. To create topic, see already in one command prompt, zookeeper is there. Another command prompt server is running. I should not stop them or close them. So I'll open one more command prompt, which is at the end. And here I'll create the topic. To create a topic, we are using Kafka topics.bat. And there is a configurational file. And the topic name is user streams 5. And this is how you pass in arguments. You'll say create topic and your topic name and your Kafka server. Since my Kafka server is running locally, so it's local host, it's running on port number 9092 by default. And partition 1 replication factor, which will ensure that there will be only one channel in topic, and then replication factor 1. If I make 2 or 3, my topic will be replicated so that it would be more fault tolerant. But as of now, my Kafka is running on standalone. That means on single machine, I cannot have more than one replication factor. Now I'm creating this topic called user stream 5. Topic created, you can verify it by listing. See, user stream 5, topic is there. Okay, topic is ready. And also, we have configured the file sync properties file. And properties files is nothing but a text file. You create a new text file. Already we have done that. New text document. And provide these details. But while saving, save as like file sync properties. Let me say file sync 2.properties. And don't save as a text document. Instead, save it as a all files. Save. Yeah. And you can see that file sync 2 and file sync 2 are there. Now we will start our file sync. I created multiple files. Just give me a minute. Yeah. Now you can see I'm saying using config connect standalone properties, since I'm running Kafka on standalone, and I'll use this file sync properties file. And see, check for errors. And especially if you have an error, instead of info, you'll find error. Seems like there is no error as of now. It is listening to the topic user stream 5, and 0 tells that it listening for the first message. I have this output file here. I'll delete this. Okay, now we created topic and also Kafka connector, which is listening to that topic. Now we will publish messages into the topic. This is the code which allows you to do that. And what I'm doing here, I'm using this library called Confluent Kafka, which you need to install, pip install Confluent Kafka. Yeah, it gives some, so that's fine. It's already installed in my case. And you have to install this Confluent Kafka. Since we are sending messages, this code is a producer. So we are importing producer library from this package, and we send data using JSON, and we are assigning them some timestamp, no, but still somewhere we imported time. Okay, and then this is our Kafka server, which is running on localhost port number 9092. And you see, we created this list of JSON messages, and this list I am sending to the topic name called user stream 4. Now I'll make it as 5, and you'll get a acknowledgement delivery report that it got delivered, and then you'll flush the producer and run. So ignore those messages. You should get this messages delivered. Since this is a new topic, first message's offset is 0, which is nothing but ID. Second message's ID is 1 and 2. I used file connector, right? I'll go and check here. And no errors. Here, I should be getting this file called output. Let us check the path we gave here. C Kafka output.txt. Maybe it is waiting for the, maybe it was not able to create. Let us create it. Text document output.txt, and run this once again. Also stop this. Okay. Yeah, it took some time, guys. Actually, it took some time. Meanwhile, I created a new one. Now you can see the output file, but 0 bytes is there. 0 kilobytes. I'll start it once again. And then you can see these are the messages which I have ingested from here into Kafka. Let us change the name. as data comes in real time like this, what Kafka Connect will do, whatever connector you're using, it will automatically take data from the topic and puts into that data storage. It could be a file system or it could be a database, other storages, cloud storages. We have so many Kafka connectors like this. Yeah, that is about Kafka Connect, guys.